Hey friends out there, Rob here. Today I want to talk to you about rechargeable batteries. Now, everything I do has to have some form of power source. Today I'm going to be talking about XTAR batteries, a charger. This is the L4 Pro, which is really cool. And then just these nice lithium-ion batteries, the 3000 milliamp. They have them all the way up to 4500 milliamp. All kinds of things. I'm going to show you those in a minute. But before I get into that, yes, of course, I use all kinds of different batteries from rechargeable Energizers. These are the green lithiums or nickel metal hydride. I can't remember which ones they are. Yeah, at 2000 milliamps, and of course, just disposable Best Buy batteries. You know, the pack that you get, the multi-pack and everything else. Generally speaking, I need batteries for everything that I do. You know, if you've heard anything about where I go, I'm always using battery power. Hardly ever use main power. The number one thing that I use batteries with is this right here, my audio devices. Generally speaking, at the beginning of every brand new shoot that I would do, I always have a backup of about 16 of these different AA's that are alkaline and disposable just from Best Buy. Most of the time, because I get so sick and tired of charging batteries generally, I've got these old tired Energizer. These are like nickel metal hydrides or something. I don't know, 2000 milliamps. And it's just constantly, maybe over the years, they've lost their charge. But I must have 20 or 30 of those batteries over the years. But now you see what's in here. It's the XTAR batteries, and you might even notice that some of them, we'll take a closer look in a minute, actually happen to have a little USB-C port on them, so you can plug in and recharge without the actual recharger, which is crazy. That is such a useful feature that over this past 6 weeks, 7 weeks that I've been using these batteries has done a great job. So I've got almost 2 months of use with the batteries, and they have completely replaced my disposable batteries. So it's saved me some money. Let's dive in and take a deep look on how these batteries work. So let's talk about these batteries for a second. I've got my task cam here as we showed just a minute ago. And these are XTAR batteries, XTAR. You can see the 3000 milliamps, and they've got these little USB-C plugs on them. I'm going to pull them out for you. I want to talk a little bit about the different types of batteries that are out there in the rechargeable space. I think the number one battery on the market that people will compare this to are the Eneloop, however you say it. And those batteries right there have different colors. The colors help you identify whether or not what kind of battery it is. Okay, so what I'm saying is that these have the same kind of concept. They have different colors on them. What you'll find is that many people will talk about the black Eneloop, however, batteries having a slightly different nominal shape than a standard AA battery. Okay, even a cheapo AA battery like this one right here is made to a very specific standard so that it will fit whatever devices that you're using. Okay, so when you buy rechargeable batteries, you have to be careful that these lithium ion ones or the nickel metal hydride ones won't puff up and swell over time. Now, I can tell you that even the old hatefuls, I call them, these right here, Energizers, they've worked great over the years. They just lose capacity, and they're only 2000 milliamps. So even at their best, they don't have a lot of juice inside of them. The Eneloops that I've seen out there range anywhere between 3000 and 4500 milliamp hours. And of course, you can get the same with these XTAR batteries. The thing I like about the XTAR batteries is that in every device that I've found them to use in, they work quite well. Most importantly, you might find that some Tascam Portacapture models have a hard time fitting different batteries because the cavity dimensions are very, very small. And that being the case, when you use these batteries, you won't have that problem. Now, I have had issues in the past with the Duracell batteries that I used to own that actually swelled over time. But needless to say, these have done a great job. And the reason I haven't purchased the Eneloop Blacks, the ones that I would normally purchase for something like this, is because of some of the reviews where people say that, you know, they don't fit very well. And since I know that batteries do swell over time, especially rechargeable ones, that's important to me. I can happily tell you, I have recharged these things probably 40 or 50 times, nowhere near their life count, which is probably be 300 or 400 recharges. And they've been absolutely great. I want to take a little closer look for just a moment so that you can see, as we're here, we've got this little USB. Well, what comes in that package is a USB, right, with 4 USB cables, and it just connects and charges over your USB connector, 5 volt. Usually USB is 5 volts. So this will charge them slowly. That comes in the package. It seems like the package of batteries, right? 4 batteries, the charger, right? And a battery case, which is really nice. Seems to be around 25 bucks or so, something like that. In just a second, I'm going to show you the charger, of course, but I wanted to show you, this is what you get when you just buy a set of 4. Really cool, right? Very nice. I love when companies include little things like this because it makes transporting your batteries, putting them in your bag and stuff so easy. Let's go ahead and look at the charging brick. This is the charging brick. This is the L4 Pro, and it's got a lot of functions on here. What I like about it is that it tells you quite a bit about your battery, gives you, of course, all the status, and it will also charge different kinds of batteries. So you've got the AAAs and AA's, things like that. Okay, so we place our batteries in here. I'm going to power it on and see if I can't get you a good look at the screen too, which means I'll have to adjust the exposure halfway through, but I want you to see how this works. So of course, we plug it in via USB-C, which is nice, and we're off and running to the races. I'm going to adjust this real quick so that you can see what it's telling me up here at top. So you see up here, it's telling the charge status, and you can see green charging lights for each one that are blinking. This is really nice because all of these batteries are charging, and it's easy to tell where they are in their charging status. You can see these were almost depleted. If we push the button again, well, we can push a couple different ways. We can decharge or discharge the batteries if we need to discharge them for any reason. So a tap and hold will discharge, and a tap and hold will refresh, and a tap and hold will charge. The difference between those 3 modes is pretty explanatory. Charge charges your batteries all the way up. Discharge discharges your batteries. But refresh will help recondition your batteries if you feel like they're not at their tip-top shape, right? So if you don't think you're getting about the same amount of use out of them, it will count the number of cycles that they've been through. There's some electronics in here. Of course, we don't get to see that, but there are smart electronics in here that are charging all this stuff, and it will try to re-level the actual charging to make them last longer. Kind of like other smart batteries in cell phones and smart devices and things like that that are used constantly on a day-to-day basis. I think altogether this makes for a really nice solution. It's also small, vented so they won't get hot, and easy to use. Altogether, the package that comes with the charger, the battery, the little case and all that stuff, you can get this whole thing right here for I think something like maybe, I think it's $36. Just check the links. It's not a very expensive price, and you can get the 8AA pack, I think for around $56. So about $20 per set of 4, or I think maybe $25 for 4 when you buy it on its own, but if you buy them in a pack, you can get them for a little bit less each. Altogether, great investment. And so I'm back. I hope that my explanation helped you see why I like these batteries so much. If you want to pick up some, grab some down below in the link, or go just find them on your own. They're really great batteries, and I can say that I've enjoyed using them quite a bit. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Bye for now.